Happy Monday to all of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, mods, members. Hope you all are having a great week so far. I know it just started. Hope it's going well for each and every one of you as we get ready for another installment of the GB Cast. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. We're off to a great start today. Anyways, Dark MatterWolf, Kane, Ram King, along with Hikari, Untouchable Raider, Liquid Steel, Ben, and see Dr. Anarchy's also here. Luke's here. It is good to see all of you here today. I hope you're all having a very awesome Monday. Space Monkey, you're also here. Good to see you, Space Monkey. Glad to have all you hanging out with me today. We have Liquid Steel also here. Like I said, Liquid Steel twice. It's Monday. But I'm happy to have all you here. So me here at the very beginning. And the truth is, I'm trying to come up with things to talk about for today's GB Cast. But we'll come up with topics. Anything you want to talk about that you see in the news or trending, whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, sci-fi, let me know. We'll go look it up. But we will be talking about a couple of topics today. The 2000 digital-only games that are going to be disappearing when PlayStation closes the stores for the PlayStation 3, the PSP, as well as the Vita. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the data leak, the huge data leak that happened with Facebook. It might be enough to make some of us consider closing our Facebook. I'm sure some of you have probably already done that, and the rest of us are just looking for a reason, right? So those are two of the topics I have, and whatever other topics y'all want to bring up today, feel free and do so. Dan's here. What's up, Dan? How you doing? So, is anything else happening? I was going to watch Godzilla vs. Kong and do kind of a spoiler-free review of it, but I never had the time this weekend to actually watch it. So, I'll try and get around to it this week if I'm able to. I just was so busy this weekend. It was a fun weekend. We had a good time on the Xbox stream on Saturday. We had a fantastic day Sunday with Mike the Gaming Jew on his stream. It was Kane, myself, along with UG Outlaw, Red, Rufus, and some of them joined me over on my PlayStation 5 stream. And then some of us hanged out Sunday afternoon. And then I also hanged out with a few of you on Xbox Sunday night. So it was a really busy day, a lot of stuff happening Sunday, but it was a really good time. Ben, what is Facebook, right? Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we had a good time this week, and I hope y'all had for those of you that celebrate Easter, I hope y'all had a very, very happy Easter. I mean, it was a good weekend for the most part. I mean, I'm suffering from like a minor headache, but I got my coffee, I got my lunch, so I think we're good to go. So let me real quick just look and see if there's any other topics going on in this wild, crazy world before we get started. Let me know what's happening with you all today. Anything interesting? Anything exciting? So I'm trying to think of anywhere else to go look. Oh yeah. I think I do remember a third topic. I did ask y'all to leave me some topics. Some of those topics I don't know if I really want to touch. But let's go into our Discord real quick. So Hikari left a good one for Summer Game Fest. We can talk about that in a little bit. So that looks interesting. We will check that out in a few as well. So we got at least 3 topics, along with anything else you all happen to bring up today. Oh yeah, there is going to be some new aircraft added to Ace Combat 7. Of course, Riley DM'd me this morning because she loves jets and she loves Ace Combat. And she wanted to let me know. Of course, she really wasn't excited about most of the new fighter jets that they're adding. I think they're adding. Let me go look at the gaming hall real quick. Where was it? All right, so they're going to add to this 25th anniversary experimental aircraft series. The pack will include the FB-22, the F-15S MTD, and the F-16 XL. And Riley sent me an image of the F-16 XL, and she's not really an F-16 fan. So, I mean, I've always thought the F-16 looked okay, but, that's just my opinion. All right, so let's see. What are y'all thinking about? Dr. Anarchy, I killed an NPC in Saint Denis and got a whole $1. Ooh, man, that must have been a rich citizen of Saint Denis you took down. A whole $1. Amazing. Usually it's like 17 cents to 40-something cents. Dan says, heard the latest from Rockstar. They aren't releasing new content because they want new players to catch up. I don't know where you heard that, Dan, but I don't know if that's actually true. Hikari says, GB, Facebook? Do you mean Fellbook? Very funny, Hikari. Ram King says, Facebook is awful. It's also scummy. They bought the Oculus and require you to make Facebook accounts on it. Let's see, there's game getting banned. Had 12,000 people. Like what game was it? Yeah, I need more information about that, Dark MatterWolf. But that's definitely something of interest that we could talk about today as well. But let me double check real quick and see if we're forgetting anything before we get started. And if you're enjoying the GB Cast, be sure and leave a like. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to continue doing the GB Cast at least once a week or twice a week, maybe on Mondays or maybe Monday and Wednesdays. We shall see. But I do enjoy doing it, especially when there's actually interesting topics to discuss. So I think what we'll do probably is we will kick things off with Facebook. I think Facebook has top billing on my title. Is that right? Yeah, Facebook's at the top, because that's obviously something of concern for people that are on Facebook. But first, let me catch up with chat. Ram King says Facebook is... Yeah, I read that. Dr. Anki says only Facebook Messenger to keep up with friends. Kane says, I wonder how long would it take to make $100,000 from robbing stores in GT Online. Well, let's just crunch the numbers real quick. Let's just say the average amount of money you get from robbing a store, $1,000, right, Kane? So I guess 100 times, maybe you'd have to rob the convenience stores in GT Online 100 times. But every time you rob a store, doesn't it close? So there's only so many stores in GT Online you could rob before you'd have to wait before they reopen so that you could rob them again. So it's interesting. It's an interesting idea, but I think that would take an extremely amount of time to rob all the stores enough times over and over again to earn $100,000 in GT Online. Especially when apparently this week all you got to do to get $500,000 in GT Online is go do 5 stunt jumps. That's it. 5 stunt jumps and you get $500,000. That's not bad. And there's some that are really, really easy to do. It was an interview they did. Okay, I need Dan, if you have the place, like if you know like the website that the interview took place, let me know in the chat and I will go have a look. Riley is here. Hello, Riley. How's it going? Speak of the fox and she shall appear. So yeah, a moment ago we were talking about the new jets coming to Ace Combat 7 and how much you love the F-16. Being sarcastic. Obviously, Ram King says, also GB, how are you going to talk about the article I sent? We'll see. We may bring that up as well, Ram King. We shall see. But it's good to see all of you today. Hope you all are having a great Monday. Liquid still says I got kicked off of Facebook for refusing to put a picture. Is that true? Is that true that happened? I mean, didn't there used to be a time where you didn't have to have a picture? UG Outlaw's also here. Hello, UG. How you doing today? But, yeah, let's see. Dr. Andy says, set your spawn location outside the shop. Robert, change lobbies. Okay, but that would take forever to do, Dr. Anarchy. Like, if you were to rob only one of the shops. I guess you rob all the shops, then you jump lobbies. It's rinse, cycle, repeat. That would take forever. There's way easier ways to earn $100,000. Like I said, 5 stunt jumps this week get you $500K in GTA Online. Anyways, I do appreciate all of you being here today and throughout the stream today. If any of you want to jump in and chat in the voice chat, we can do that. And I'm wanting to kind of segue the GBcast in that direction too, to where we have guests come on, fellow content creators and streamers and whatnot, and let them just hang out, chill, talk about these random topics if they want to, if you feel like it. No pressure. Or if you just feel like chilling, just listening to me ramble, that's fine as well. But I do appreciate all of you being here, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, along with my mods who always do a great job, and of course our Super Chat heroes for April 2021. Well, hero. I need a hero. Okay, I'm not going to do that. And of course our members, Azralynn, ACG, Mike Lambert, Dark MatterWolf, Yogi Outlaw, who's in the chat, Belfast Gamer, Will, MeltNet, along with Jesse Alvarez, honorable mentions to our junior members. This may take a moment. ToykoTent, Huttch Plays, Fat Chinese Gaming, Tommy Angelo Jr., Brett, Antonio Aristotle, Rufus the Red, Junior Designs, Hikari, and of course DeForest Smith. Junior members, elite members, April 2021 Super Chat Hero, Sinister, going above and beyond for the GeauxBurns Nation. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to have to set this up because admittedly, I was behind the times. I was dragging my booty today. So I got to get this set up. Okay, so I got the chat set up so it's working. Sometimes this works automatically and sometimes I have to tweak it. It's annoying. All right, so that's the news. The news you can use, obviously. So this is some inside baseball of what I have to do in OBS before the stream starts. I have to switch it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so easy peasy. All right, so this is the first article we should go over today. VC chat. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to hang out in VC, let me jump in a voice chat. I'll jump in. What chat do I want to jump in? You know, I'm gonna jump in I'll jump into a public chat. Fuck it. But if you want to chime in with your opinions about these topics, feel free. Jump in. I will plug your channel if you happen to be a content creator and streamer. Fashion's here. What's up, Fashion? How you doing today? All right, let's get your chat real quick. Dr. Angry says, I don't play GT Online anymore. Going to wait for the next expanded milked edition, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm disappointed by the fact that we have yet to get a milked edition of even a trailer. More information. Like, what the hell, Rockstar? What the hell? Okay, so first topic today is from IGN. And it is regarding over 533 million people on Facebook. Their phone numbers, personal data leaked online. This was like 2 years ago. And we're now just finding out this information. Yay. Thanks, Facebook. The personal data, phone numbers of over 533 million people on Facebook were leaked at a low-level hacking on Saturday, April 3rd, as reported by Business Insider. This exposed data is from users from 106 countries, including over 32 million records of users in the United States, 11 million in the UK, 6 million in India. The data leaked includes phone numbers, Facebook IDs, full names, locations, birthdays, bios, even some include email addresses. So if you're on Facebook, my advice is to maybe remove that information as soon as possible if it's not too late already. All right, so continuing. Fortunately, those who have recently changed their information, Facebook spokesman said the insider data was scrapped due to vulnerability in the company patched in 2019. However, despite the list being a couple years old, it's important for Facebook users to be aware that there could be higher risk of cybercriminals using their personal data information to impersonate them or scam them into handing over login credentials. This warning was echoed by Alangel, CTO, Cybercrime Intelligence from Hudson Rock, who was first to discover the leaked data. Quote, the database that the size containing the private information, such as phone numbers, a lot of the Facebook users would certainly lead to bad actors taking advantage of the data to perform social engineering attacks or hacking attempts. Gal first discovered the existence of the leaked data back in January 2021, when a user in the hacking forum said an automated bot could provide phone numbers for hundreds of millions of Facebook users in exchange for a price. Now, unfortunately, this list appears to be widely available and open in these forums. Well, that's great. While Cal mentions this, from a security standpoint, there isn't much Facebook can do to impact users, and the data was out there in the open. He said that Facebook, at the very least, could alert its users to remain vigilant for possible phishing schemes or fraud using leaked data. This is yet another example of data leaks that have impacted Facebook and adds to a long list of other cyber attacks that have hit Capcom, CD Projekt Red, and more. So, that is, it's going really well so far. That's fantastic. Like I said, it makes you kind of sort of want to, say goodbye to Facebook, or at least get as much information you may have on Facebook off there ASAP. Arnold, what's up, Arnold Abramson? Thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate that, Arnold. Hope you're having a great day. Agent 47 is also here. Agent 47, are you proud of me from my fundraiser stream Wednesday? I hope I did you proud. I did my best. Admittedly, mistakes were made. Fails occurred, but I managed to accomplish some objectives during my Hitman 3 stream last Wednesday. But, yeah, Facebook is the most boomer social media. No, that'd be MySpace, yo. I wish we still had MySpace. I love MySpace. Sinister, howdy, Sinister. How you doing? Good to see you. Yuji Outlaw says that's why I ain't on Facebook. Yeah, I go back and forth about whether or not I should still be on Facebook. But, I mean, we do have the Facebook page, so I still use that to at least promote content and streams. Ramking says, don't trust social media companies in general. I think that is wise. That is extremely wise right there, Ramking. I agree with you 100%. Kane's here. Hello, Kane. How you doing today?
So we're talking about the Facebooks, right?
Yeah, the Facebooks.
Well, isn't Facebook run by a lizard person or a robot, whatever he is?
I'm trying to drink coffee.
We shouldn't be trusting that to begin with.
If you would have said that 5 seconds later, my monitor would be covered with coffee right now.
It's a robo-lizard. That's what that man is. The Zuck.
Yeah, he is so... I'm not one to judge somebody by their looks, okay? Because, look, everyone... We all are blessed and cursed with, different things. But, yeah, I mean, he does look creepy in the face. Like, if you saw him just randomly walking down the street, you would probably want to avoid him the way he looks.
Hey, I'd trust him in a dark alleyway.
Wow.
I'd trust him.
Let's see, not until I do an essay so run. Okay, Agent 47. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but Well, I did enjoy playing Hitman 3 the other day. It was fun. I see Ben. Let's see, lizard robot. Yeah, he's a lizard robot. Brian's here. What's up, Brian? How you doing today? All right, so we'll go back to the article real quick and talk about it some more. All right. So, anyways. Kane, are you still on Facebook, or do you also agree with Agent 47 that it's a place for boomers?
Hey, remember when like the things first came out, like when Mark Zuckerberg was first on trial, like back in what was it?
Oh yeah, the hearing, yeah, those stupid hearings, yeah.
Yeah, I closed my stuff back then.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Robocalls. So. Yay! See, they already have. Like, my number leaked, so now I'm going to get more robocalls. Thanks. Thank you. I wasn't getting enough robocalls already. Thank you, Facebook. Beckers, what's up, Beckers? How you doing today? Liquid Still says, I feel like one of these days my toaster is going to get hacked and I'm going to get burnt toast. Oh, no. The horror.
Oh, no.
The horror. But yeah, you know what I find BS, though, is that they tell you for your security, right? For two-step verification, please provide your phone number. And you do it, right? You do it because you don't want no one hacking your Facebook or your Twitter or whatnot. And then this bullshit happens. Like, this leaking nonsense occurs. And then you're like, but ironically, I gave you my phone number to prevent this shit. I just don't get it. Like, is there even any point for anyone that's an expert in this? Because I'm not a fucking expert. Like, is there even any...
TV.
Oh, hello, Red.
Hello, Red.
Okay. Red knows more about this stuff than me. So, Red.
Yeah, just to add to the topic, there is a data breach on WhatsApp right now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
There is like a lot of like my news source is going crazy because there is a WhatsApp data breach. Like someone is sending messages to just steal accounts and all that stuff.
Yeah. Ticket. I shall add you later today. I do apologize, Ticket. Sorry about that. Okay, so. That does remind me, though. Thanks for bringing that up, Red. By the way, check out Kane's channel, check out Red's channel. So, there was an issue, a few days ago, right? With WhatsApp and, Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yeah, those are Facebook services, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to look at that. So, chat, while I look this up, this actually connects to this topic. So, let's see, WhatsApp servers. Because I remember that, because people were talking about it during a previous live stream, like a week ago. What's WhatsApp? I don't even use that, but whatever. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so what's up down not working? So this down detector was this a week ago? Let me double check to make sure the date's correct, because you see something pop up and it doesn't necessarily mean it was recently. All right, so that was it? I guess it was 9 days ago. All right, so. I guess down detector. I've never heard of down detector, but I guess they will tell you what's going on. No, that's not it. In the words of a snake, damn it!
Damn.
Is Okay. Down 2020. Let's try 2021. All right, so I misspelled WhatsApp because it's all one word, apparently. There's no space. My bad. I am a boomer. All right. The Verge. Okay, The Verge. Okay, there was an article from March 19th. Okay. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick, and then we'll get back to this topic. And it really is important because so many of us now are on social media. You know, it's just become kind of like a part of our life. Let's see. But Ticket, yeah, I will friend request you on PlayStation. I promise. Sorry about yesterday. UG Outlaw, Facebook Messenger. Nah, I don't like people that much. Liquid Steel says the only thing secure is the nuclear colds. Oh yeah, real secure. I see Tank's here. What's up, Tank? How you doing today? Okay, so let's go back to this other information, which I think kind of sort of connects in a way. I could be wrong, but so some of you are aware of the fact that there was issues with Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. They had a major outage. I guess this happened March 19th. Because I do recall a live stream where several people, I think Erica, a few others, were mentioning this. And I was going to look into it further, but obviously I was focused on, I guess, streaming Red Dead Online at the time. But it was a major issue. So I think that this, in a way, kind of connects with the leaked data, even though that allegedly is from 2019. So this, in case you're wondering, is from TheVerge.com. Facebook-owned social networks were down for many. They were down for many. Many what? You know, I don't know. But I guess they meant many hours, but they kind of ran out of room in the subtitle. Maybe in that case, you should just they were down if you ran out of room there. Facebook has resolved a major outage affecting Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, other Facebook services back on Friday, March 19th. I think that was the 19th. According to a statement shared by the Telegraph's Margie Murphy, quote, earlier today, technical issues caused people to have trouble accessing some Facebook services. They resolved the issue for everyone. They apologize for any inconvenience, yet no mention about the leaks at this time. Yeah. All right. So what else? Some people were having issues with their Instagram accounts earlier, but we're back to get today. The issue's been fixed, and we're sorry for the trouble. Yeah. Are you sorry for all the leaked data? And also, Facebook Gaming sent out a post too. We've restored. Ironically, they had to post it on Twitter, letting people know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We've restored service. If you continue having issues or live or have your data leaked. I don't know why I did that.
The irony of all that.
I'm editing these tweets for them. At one point during the outage, more than 100,000 users reported issues with Instagram on Down Detector. More than 24,000 users reported the WhatsApp, and 5,000 reported issues with Facebook Messenger when navigating the Instagram's website during the outage. See, they saw a white page. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to reference that when we go back to this topic. All right, so where was it? Okay, once again, back on. I guess we can go to Business Insider because Business Insider probably can elaborate a little bit more. We'll see if there's anything else that we missed. I'll say here he is. Here's the nice, friendly fella that Kane wouldn't mind, crossing paths with in the dark alley.
Yo, the Zuck. Yo, that's awesome, dude. Totally radical, man.
Yeah. See, Fashion said Facebook had to post on Twitter. What? I know, right? That's how they let people know. No, I don't want you to share. Stop it, computer. Okay. See, personal data, 500 million users. Okay. Includes phone numbers, full names, locations, emails. Like I'm saying, if you're on Facebook still, my suggestion is go to your Facebook profile and whatever information you don't want leaked out there. I know it's probably too late now, but yeah, you may want to just kind of sort of get that off your Facebook profile. And maybe other social medias too. Security researchers say hackers could use the data to impersonate people and commit fraud. What else is new? Yeah, so this is basically the same information we just went over a moment ago. But,
Yeah.
Red, do you have any additional thoughts about this subject?
Well, with the usual things that Facebook sucks as a whole service. Basically, the whole service sucks. and you pretty much, if you install Facebook Messenger on your phone, they ask you for a lot of permissions even to seek your contacts, and it's like wow, like a lot of fucking permissions, even GPS and all that and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the only one I can rescue from Facebook from the Facebook services or Instagram, and even then is because I did it better, and that's it. It's
Yeah.
basically seeking better, like basically I use Instagram as my inspiration to seek cars and all that. So all
Mhm.
my feed is cars. It doesn't have political bullshit or the reptilians are conquering the world or some of the usual Facebook stuff. Like we know that Facebook is basically the land site for all the conspiranoics out there. So
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Oh. Okay, what do you think?
Well, I think Red insulting the boomers about
Yeah.
their conspiracy theories is wrong.
How dare you? How
know,
dare you insult the
chemicals
lizard?
in the water. There are chemicals in the water that turn frogs homosexual. And I don't appreciate all this and that.
Hey, now don't be talking about those frogs like that. You'll be canceled by the frogs. Anyways,
God.
yeah, don't
Kermit,
be
don't-
going
no.
Alex Jones on us here, Kane. Calm down. Calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
But yeah, Facebook is honestly, like, I'm not even joking. I would love very much for like MySpace to return, and maybe they put up some good security measures. They take it back to what Facebook used to be. I mean, MySpace, not fuck Facebook. MySpace. I loved MySpace way more. Some of you are probably like, what's a MySpace? I don't know. Before y'all's time, I suppose. But anyways, let's go back to chat real quick.
It's like a music site now, right? Like
Yeah.
Spotify
Yes,
or
no, it's
SoundCloud.
not owned by Justin Timberlake, by the way.
Really? You bought it?
Really?
All right.
Yes.
By the way, Ram King, if you want to chime in, feel free and give us your thoughts about this whole thing. Like, Ram King, do you use the Facebooks, or do you consider it to be for the elderly like us? See, Sinister says,
I just don't care if anything is made by freaking, if anybody is made by or not, or anything is really made by the people who made Facebook, I'm not gonna even bother with it.
yeah. I don't know. I think the problem is Facebook somehow managed to succeed where MySpace failed, and then a lot of us that were on MySpace, we felt like we had no choice but to jump shit to Facebook, because Facebook originally was like a college app. It was for like, you had to actually literally be in college, and you had to prove you're at a university in order to get on Facebook. But then eventually they opened it up for everybody. So, and then somehow Facebook survived where MySpace did not. I think that was just terrible management, in my opinion. But let's see. Dr. Anarchy says, I still got my old phone number on Facebook like 10 years ago. They aren't getting my new number. Well, that's a wise decision there, Dr. Anarchy. Like, was thinking about getting Ace Combat 7. Ace Combat 7 is amazing, especially if you're into like like flight sim games or being a fighter pilot. I love the Ace Combat series. Sinister says, I usually post personal issues and don't hold back on social media sites. And see Dark MatterWolf, Gina Carano getting shadow banned on Twitter for a photo group of... Well, of course, she gets banned for everything because, we're just going to ban people now and not let people have a right to have their opinions about things. Ram King says, yes, it sounds like leaking your data on the Facebook. Yeah, it's nothing new, sadly. Hikari says it's just fail books, another way of who cares? Exactly. They don't. The truth is, they don't really care. If they actually cared, and Red, you could like, if you disagree with this because you know more about security than me. If they really cared, do you think that they could do more to ensure that the security, the information that's provided to them by their users is like protected from potential hacks?
Depend, like if they cared the next day, like LastPass did, or like serious websites that it is inform to the users via email a day later or hours later. We got a data breach. Change your password right now.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. With LastPass, it was in hours, and and I think with Dropbox was the same. Basically, they reset all the passwords, and you needed to log in into Dropbox. That was back in 2016. You need to like again make a new password that wasn't like the one you used before, and it's a shit show. But that
Yeah.
proves that the website cares about like it's something really really serious. But for Facebook, they don't give a shit. They are
No.
just in this take two management of don't give a fuck. That is really really awful.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems pretty apparent. You're right. Like they would have immediately contacted everybody on Facebook immediately, put out a statement like at the top of their page, because they did it all the time throughout like the bug, right? At the very top of Facebook. Oh, blah blah information, blah blah blah. The election, blah 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 blah. Well, why didn't you do that whenever this shit happened? When it happened, or what, 2 years ago, according to this information we just got from 2019. They should have done it immediately, but they didn't. Typical. See, Dark Matter Wolf. Dark Matter Wolf, I guess you want Trump book? Oh, God.
Yes, Trump is gonna open his whole social media.
Really?
Yeah,
I heard about that. I heard about that.
All right.
I'm interested.
Tell me
about that.
more.
As much as I know is because he was searching for because he got banned on
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah.
Or he
So
got
he
banned
was
off a
like,
lot of
"Yeah,
his
I'm
social-
developing my own social media now." And like, "Whoa, fuck." Well, it's gonna be a shit show. Just saying, I don't want to go into this political thing,
Yeah.
but you know that it's gonna be really, really funny.
Mhm.
Like anything done by that guy is gonna be completely fun. In some, well, yeah, it's gonna be really crazy as well. But
Yeah.
holy shit! Like it's also the way that proves that guy has so much money. It's like,
yeah.
fuck it. If I get banned, I'm gonna create my own stuff. Like holy shit! I wish I had the same power though.
All right. Let's see if there's any information about this. Yeah. Can't go
Do you
ahead.
mind if I quickly? Yeah,
sorry.
all right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of justified for him to make a site like that because think about it. I mean, I know the context for why he was banned off of most of the social medias because of what happened in January. We all know why. People took his words too literally. We pretty much know that. And unfortunately, horrible shit happened as a result. I personally, I think he was still commander-in-chief at the time when he got banned, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, unless he got banned after Biden got. I don't know. I can't remember.
No, he got
Point
banned.
is-
He got basically banned that day. He got banned that day. The whole Capitol assault went down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was like January 6th then. All right. So basically, I understand why and where he's coming from
Yeah.
because obviously, basically people took his words out of context and they ended up doing horrible stuff as a result. I still do not agree. I mean, for the record, I am a conservative. I think he had the right to freedom of speech when it came to that. I don't think what happened was right. No one should have done that. But I feel like he shouldn't have been removed off of the site. I think, very least, maybe a quote-unquote shadow ban or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it sets a dangerous precedent in the future.
Yeah. Oh, it's a slippery slope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I completely understand why he is making that site because obviously he wants to give everyone a chance to speak, and not just abuse the power like a lot of big tech does,
Yeah.
And now, granted, it is their terms and services that we all sign up for, just like for YouTube, for example, we sign up to their terms and services.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're very lenient with the rules on some, and others they go really hard.
Yeah, there's clearly a double standard that that's become more and more apparent, and that's one thing I cannot stand is a double standard.
Yeah.
Fashion
And
says. Oh, sorry. Go
my
ahead.
opinion on it. That's my opinion on it.
All right. Let me
Whether
catch you.
people agree or disagree, that's fine.
I mean, that's obviously what we're about here. People have a right to agree and disagree as long as we're civil. Fashion says Facebook. Yeah, it was pretty cool back in the day. I like the fact you could customize the layouts. Hikari says, let's make our own social media. Yeah, I let me look. I got a couple $1 billion laying around here. No. Yeah, sorry. Space Monkey, stop being so negative. MySpace is dead and never coming back. Wow. Party pooper. Agent 47, Sony is anti-consumer, Microsoft isn't. I don't know. I think they're a little bit of both. I think there's some consumerism, pro-consumerism to them, and then there's some anti to both. So it's a little bit of, I say they're both kind of in the gray area. All right, so Hikari says, many people who bought from Microsoft Store have many complaints about their experience with it. Yeah. Hey, everyone, I want you all to know something. Sinister's password is password. Write that down.
All right, hold up.
It's like a dark helmet. What's your code? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh God.
Trump Graham. Oh God, Space Monkey. Arnold says, what should you play for games? It really depends on what kind of games you're into, Arnold. I mean, like, what do you like? Do you like sports games? Do you like open world? Do you like first-person shooters, strategy? That's the beautiful thing about video games. There's just a variety of games out there that you can pick. We're going to get to the PlayStation topic in just a moment before we wrap this one up, obviously. After. Duh. All right, so Captain Nat, see, what's up, Captain Nat? AGB, hope all is well. Yeah, we're doing good. We got Kane here, we got Red here, we got Ram King here. We're just all hanging out together, talking about random topics today on the GB Cast. All right, so let me continue. See, Ben says because they're closing the 3 stores, I assume the amount of money that stores were making weren't enough. Yeah, we touched on that topic, I think, a week ago, but this is like further information that we're going to touch on in just a moment. Yeah, Agent 47, you're right. Sony's they're barely making it. They're just a multi-billion-dollar company, barely surviving. I feel sad for them. So sad. Rasper, see, the question is he shouldn't use his personal account for the account POTUS. Well, Rasper had 2 accounts. There was the presidential one, and then there was his personal one. And I do agree with you. I think the presidential one should have been handed over to a social media manager within the Trump administration. That was the problem that myself and many others had, is the fact that he was so quick to react to things. And it was the issue. He did some good things. He did some bad things. He wasn't the worst president we ever had. Believe me, I've looked in history. But I think one of the big reasons why people hated him was because he didn't act very presidential. And he, on numerous occasions, used the presidential tweeter to go on rants and tirades instead of, being more presidential. Because when you assume the office of the president, you're supposed to become more than that person, right? You're the president now. You're the POTUS, or any other prime minister, or like the Queen of England, or etc. You assume a higher role and position, higher than yourself. See, Paradise Gamer, what's up? How you doing today? Hikari says Amazon started small and nobody after that. Well, yeah, that was in the early days of the internet, though, and Amazon just blew up. And there's a lot of things that blew up, and then there's a lot of things, like I think Pets.com, that didn't. Dark MatterWolf, I spent all my money last on... Yeah, we earned a little bit of money last night in GTA Online. It was Dark MatterWolf, ToykoTent, Tank, and me just hanging out. And we made a little bit of money off of doing some biker sales. It was cool hanging out with you guys last night. We'll have to do more of that. But does anyone in the chat, Kane, Red, or Ram King, you have any final thoughts before we move on to our next topic?
I don't know.
Yeah.
On the Trump thing or the...
Well,
Facebook
yeah,
thing?
here's the thing. I agree entirely with Kane. Unless you're outright throwing out a threat to somebody or hate speech. Those are my 2 big no-nos. But the way it should be, unfortunately, like Kane says, big tech has a double standard. There's an hypocrisy. And even though we all can be hypocritical at times, even if we try not to, I cannot stand the double standard. I believe that everybody should have a right to freedom of speech on the social medias, whether you agree with somebody's position or not, or nobody has the right. It's all or nothing. And that's how I feel about it. I don't think Trump should have been they should have done something about the POTUS account temporarily, but they should have allowed him to keep his primary account. They shouldn't have banned him. Yeah. They shouldn't have banned Gina Carano or anyone else, or shadow ban. Just let people have the right to voice their opinion. that's the point of freedom of speech. And if somebody disagrees with that point of view, then they have a right under freedom of speech to counter that point. Like, if somebody disagrees with me, you are welcome here to disagree with me. You're welcome to disagree with Kane or Red or Ram King or anyone else that happens to join the GB cast whenever we're doing these, as long as you're civil about it. No one's going to be shut down or canceled or ban-hammered as long as you're civil and you make your valid points about it. But Red, do you have any final points about this topic?
Pretty much it just shows how shitty Facebook is.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. And that's all the more reason why we've become so, I hate to say it, we've become connected literally to these social medias. Like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like Snapchat. And I've been watching a YouTube, I want to do another like channels that I like series. We may do it maybe Wednesday. And this is thanks to Brian. It's Brian's fault. Like he's one of the channels he promotes in our horror room is Mr. Nightmare, and I've been watching a lot of Mr. Nightmare videos about these real life stories of people, like if you're having to deal with like real life situations of people trying to kidnap them or break into their homes, and like some social media horror stories as well. And it's all the more reason why you have to be very, very mindful about the information you're putting on social media, because especially in this case, like with Facebook, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you assume that they have the proper security measures in place to deal with this shit. But they don't. They absolutely don't. And they don't care. They're just trying to make as much money off of all of us and collect as much data to sell that data as they possibly can. So that's the truth. Jesse, that's all I'm going to say about Snapchat. I promise. I hate Snapchat. But hello, Jesse. How you doing today? Ben says, I don't understand why people that don't ever use those stores are upset. I guess they just like feeling that they're there. Well, yeah, the brick and mortars, but there are brick and mortars that people do support. And unfortunately, with the age of the internet, and especially over the past year with the bugs, so many people throughout the world were forced to order online instead of going to the local brick and mortars that they were used to, or are doing like DoorDash or having groceries brought to them. And unfortunately, some brick and mortars did suffer as a result, and restaurants also were hurt too. So it's a changing world that we live in. And I agree, Space Monkey. You just got to be really, really smart going forward about the information you provide to, especially never strangers. Never give your information to strangers. Questionable emails, spam. Put them into spam. Like delete them. Don't touch them. And whatever data you put on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, just be very, very careful about it. I guess that's the lesson we all have to learn here. Let's see. Ram King, do you have a final thought before we move on to the next topic?
Oh, really, in general, I just kind of hate, these social media platforms, especially Facebook. Sooner enough, if this keeps happening, they're just gonna eventually buy out everything. This really is gonna become a monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, and that's one reason why I love competition in every aspect of life, and that's why I think it's important to have different platforms out there. And it sucks, right? It sucks because I would like for there to be a different platform than YouTube besides Twitch. Even though I love YouTube, there's a lot of great channels on YouTube, and a lot of my friends stream on YouTube and make content on YouTube. But at the same time, it takes away from that competition, that drive for YouTube to continue to do better when they have a legitimate platform up against them. Like Twitch, yeah, they do their own thing. That's Amazon. They're just basically focusing on streaming. YouTube does streaming and videos. Let's see, is this ICT school GP? I don't know, Agent 47. It's just my own thoughts and opinions about this particular topic. Ben, yeah, we're moving on to the PlayStation Store, Ben. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's a whole new world we live in. It's an ever-changing world paradise, and as they say, a brave new world. All right, so we're gonna move on to the PlayStation topic. So we touched up on this a little bit a week or so ago, but there's more information comes out. All right, so this is from VGC, VideoGameChronicles.com, in case you're curious. Analysis says 2,000 digital-only games will disappear when PlayStation closes its stores. Many titles will be lost for good, and others will become Xbox exclusives, according to VGC. All right, so where's the article, VGC? Like, that's it? There's no article. All right, so there's other things on here we can talk about, but I was assuming that there was actually an article to go with this link. Really? Just that's it? That's it now? We're just gonna throw a headline and a subtitle. Okay, that's it. We're done. My work here is done.
We got scammed.
What the fuck, VGC? Okay. There's other VGC articles that we could go over. Okay. So, let's see. VGC off the record. Okay, we don't... not that. I think it's this one I was going to bring up, but let me double check.
Wait. GB, did you try clicking on the picture when you're highlighting your mouse?
Okay, let me try that. Okay. No, it does. Okay, there it is. Okay, now it's working.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Ram King. ToykoTent, what's up, ToykoTent? Another live stream on a lunch break. Hope your lunch break's going well. It was fun playing with you and Dark MatterWolf and Tank last night. All right, so this is, once again, 2,000 digital-only games will disappear. PlayStation Store closes its stores. Okay, so, yeah, had a little, I guess, a boomer-zoomer, I don't know, whatever I am moment. Over 2,000 digital-only games will no longer be available for purchases when Sony closes the PSP, PlayStation Vita, as well as PlayStation 3 stores this summer. VGC has although users will still be able to re-download their previous purchases for the foreseeable future. From July 2nd, it will no longer be possible to buy games on the PS3 or the PSP Online marketplaces. And come August 27th, the same will be applying to Vita as well. Of the games set to disappear from the formats, the vast majority are available on other platforms such as PlayStation and PC. However, around 138 games will essentially become lost forever. Now, see, that's the sad thing. That's the depressing thing. Like, these games are going to be gone. So 138 numbers won't be available anywhere after the store closes. See, 138 titles listed below will essentially become lost forever. Okay, so I guess they have a list. They have an actual... Oh, here it is. All right, so we're going to go over this list. If there's anything on this list that you played or enjoyed, feel free to let me know in the live chat. For PSP, these are the games that are going to be gone forever if you don't already own them. So if you buy them now, or if you've already bought them digitally, and you have them on your PSP, PS Vita, or PlayStation 3, then you still have them. But if you don't, they're going to be gone, which really, really sucks. All right, so 101 and 1 Mega Mix, Ape Quest, Armored Core. Several Armored Cores are going to be gone. Beats, Black Rook Shooter, Brandish, Carnage Heart, Cho, let's see, Anarchy. If I mispronounce these, well, what else is new? Let's see, Claudin, Creatures Defense, Crimson Room, Decida, let's see, Go Puzzle, along with, Gravity Crash, Portable, several Hot Shots are going to be gone. I'm Air Traffic Controller, let's see, Kurulu Fusion, Loco Roco, Neo Geo, No Hearts Heroes, Numbast, along with Patchwork Heroes, Pelotama, Savage Moon, Super Stardust, Susumi Tactics, several Tarquin Travels, Thether Neo, Vexter Neo. For the PlayStation 3, these are the games disappearing. If you don't have them already, once the store closes, they're gone. Armageddon Riders, Blast Factors, Bomberman Ultra, Carnivores, Dinosaur Hunter, Catan, Comet Crash, Crash Commando, Datura, Ethem, let's see, Echochrome 2, Funky Lab Rat, Hamster Ball, High Stakes in Vegas, Strip, Poker Edition, High Velocity Bowling, Infamous Festival of Blood, Kung Fu Live, Last Guy, Legista, Linger and Shadows, Luminous Supernova, Magic Orbs, Magus, Nova Strike, Pixel Junk 4am, Pixel Junk Racers, Planet Mini Golf, Punisher No Mercy, Rain, Savage Moon, Spelunker HD, Super Rub-a-Dub. What the hell? Hold on a minute. I gotta talk. Hello? This is it. Mark, I gotta go. Sorry, I gotta go. I'm in the middle of something. Bye. It wasn't the phone call I was looking for. Anyways, so I hate to be a dick about that, but leave me alone. Because I'm expecting, I have an appointment this afternoon, and wrong guy. Anyways, where do we leave off? He probably thinks, man, what a dick. I'll never call him again. Okay. Super Rubber Dub, Supersonic Acrobat, let's see, Rocket Powered Battle Cars, Tales from Space, Trash Panic, Wakeboarding, let's see, PS Vita, Battle Rockets, Body Check, Boss. This is for PS Vita, by the way. PS Vita, Battle Rockets, Body Check, Boss, Break Quest, Extra Evolution, Chronovolt, Coconut Dodge, Die. Well, that's a nice name for a game. Earth Defense Force 2017 Portable. Let's see, Equilibrium, Floating Cloud, God Save Us, Pilgrims HD, Flying Hamster HD. Frobisher says Furman's The HD Adventures of Rotating Octopus Character, Indoor Sports World, Jungle Rumble, Freedom Happiness, Bananas. Let's see, Kilka Cards Gods, Knob Switch, Lemmings Touch. Let's see, Let's Fish, Hooked On, Licky, the Lucky Lizard Lives Again, Magical Beat, Malicious Rebirth, Malia. Let's see, Men's Room Mayhem, Monster Bags, Murasaki Baby, Nekoburo Cats. Let's see, Ninja, Open Me. Let's see, Aruthrium. Let's see, Pinball, several PlayStation Vita, like Clip Diving, Fireworks, Table Soccer. All right, so a lot of these, let's just say a lot of these are named games most of you probably never freaking heard of. And they may have not even been very good games. Because let's just be honest, the majority of games that come out are not very good. But at the same time, there's probably a few of these games here that some of you probably liked. But anyways, let's see, Red, your thoughts about some of these games, or the idea that some of these games will be gone forever?
Well, the fact is, like, right now, as a whole, I know for only, like, because I heard about they're gonna close the store. Well, I don't know, maybe they're gonna be, like, really good collectibles.
Yeah.
And pretty much the PS3, the hack PS3s, they're gonna skyrocket at this point.
No.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a bit upsetting that they're closing the store, but you know, I understand it does cost a lot of money to keep those like servers up, I believe, for the stores and all that. But I mean, you know, I guess it sucks for those that still are on PS3 or Xbox. PS3, PSP, and PS Vita. But then again, I mean, if you're still on a PS3 in 2021, like,
well,
surely you would have at least gone to a PS4 by now.
Well, there are countries where like
I know
where that's the best that gamers in poorer countries can hope for is a PS3 right now, or a PS Vita or PSP, and that's what they could they dream of one day having a PS4. So
I know,
but it's unfortunate. I mentioned this a few weeks ago, that at the very least they would just look at the data at the regions like that still are active when it comes to these stores, and leave those regions open for the time being, and then other regions where it's basically all but a ghost town when it comes to the store, shut those down, obviously. But more like other parts of the world where they're more active and people are still playing on the PS3, the Vita, the PSP, keep those open for the time being until those eventually start to subside as well. Let's see, Ram King, before Ram King gets his turn, he said, "I've never heard of any of these games." Me either. Your turn, Ram King.
Yeah, it is a real shame that they're going to be shutting those down. And again, I do understand as well, it does cost money to keep those open.
Yeah.
But I can see why some people are going to be upset, but for me, it didn't really change anything. I've never even freaking heard of any of those games before. Yeah, I do own a Vita myself. It is a shame they're going to be shutting down the store, but I never really used the Vita to begin with.
Yeah. I had a PSP, and I liked the PSP, but I didn't really have that many games. I had literally 2 games. I had Liberty City Stories, of course, and I also had like this Tetris type game. I enjoyed them both. I enjoyed playing the hell out of Liberty City Stories on my PSP and the Tetris game. If I had another game or two, I don't even remember. It's been that long ago. But anyways, let's just go over to chat real quick before we continue. Paradise Gamer, totally not clickbait. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with their article. I don't know. We fixed it though. Jesse says, "Yay, more for Xbox." Okay. See, Rasper says, "Proper available at pirate." Yeah, pirate sites will probably have some of those games, or probably a lot of them. So there's always a way to get stuff like that. Even if it's not through legal means, right? You got to sell the high seas, matey. Fashion says, "Sounds like some low budget indie game." Good afternoon, Fat. How's it going? You took a nap? Well, I hope you are well rested. And I hope you're having a great day so far, along with everybody else. Jesse, you drank too much vodka. Jesse, cut back on the vodka, man. Moderation. Moderation is the key. All right, so we do have 8 PlayStation exclusives that some of you, if you have a PS3, PSP, or Vita, should maybe consider getting. But I think the overall idea is the fact that a lot of those... Oh, wrong button. Damn it. Always do that. I think that every year, we have tons of new video games come out. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are fantastic, but a lot of them are not very good and are easily forgotten. And I could be wrong, but I feel like that the majority of those games we just went over, because like Ram King says, I honestly never heard of the majority of them. Never. It doesn't mean they're bad. Like, some of them could have been great, but like I said, a lot of them, when they disappear, sadly, most of them will probably not be missed. Rasper says Facebook is calling him to cancel him. No, it's just I'm expecting. Okay, let me talk about this real quick. So I had my bathroom faucet fixed for the bathtub in my guest room, and I was having this hissing sound from the toilet, and it got louder than usual, right? And I think I mentioned this the other day. And let's just say, long story short, Thursday night, I tried to fix it. That was a bad idea. And so I have to call the plumber again to come out this afternoon to fix my guest bathroom toilet. Because I'm not a plumber. Yay. Okay, let's get to this topic. So that's who I'm waiting to hear from. And this other guy who keeps calling me from another business, it's like, I talked to him last week, and I don't know why he keeps calling me. Leave me alone. So weird. All right, the 8 PlayStation exclusives you should buy before the PS3, PSP, and Vita stores close forever. Once again, this is from VGC. Sony has officially confirmed its plans to close the PlayStation Store on PS3, PSP, PS Vita. We are aware of all this already. So let's talk about the eight games according to VGC that you might want to consider getting if you still have a PS3, Vita, or PSP. See, Infamous Festival of Blood. So the first one, and by the way, if any of you have played this, like Kane, Red, Ram King, or any of you in chat, your honest thoughts about these 8 games, feel free and let me know. So we got Infamous Festival of Blood. So 4 months after the release of Infamous 2, Sony and Sucker Punch gave us this standalone expansion, which didn't require a copy of the game. Of course, Sucker Punch, fantastic studio, most popular right now because of Ghost of Tsushima. So they made the Infamous series as well. So that's something to consider picking up because they make good content. Then the next one for the PlayStation 3 was Rain. This was made by Sony's Japan studio. And some of these I've actually heard of. So players control an invisible boy who teams up with an invisible girl to escape from a similarly invisible monster. Interesting. Next is Ape Quest. This came out for the PlayStation P. So this was... the main games in the Ape Quest series have all seen physical releases, but the same cannot be said for its spin-off. So Ape Quest Escape RPG. So, alright, well, that sucks. See, Loco Roco. This one, I think I kind of sort of remember this one. See, the wonderful Loco Roco was born on the PSP, and both it and its sequel were considered perfect ways to show off the handheld's bright screen. While the 2 main games were released physically, this interesting spin-off was only ever digitally released, meaning it won't be long until it's gone for good. All right, sucks. Next, this one looks like, I mean, just from the screenshot, this one looks nice. Even by today's standards, graphically, it looks good. MotorStorm RC. This underrated spin-off to the MotorStorm series was a launch title for Vita in Europe and actually ended up being one of the ones that VGC played in most of the weeks following the release. The name suggests that you'd get in MotorStorm Play with the radio control. Souls Radio RC race. Yeah, obviously RC radio remote control. Duh. So I mean that looks like an interesting game. I don't want to play these because obviously copyright claims. And see Trash Panic. Let's see. Yeah, Tetris clone. I don't know if this. I don't think this is the one I played. I think the one I played was different, if I remember correctly. But I don't think it was Trash Panic. Maybe it was. But that was for the PlayStation. The one I had was for the PSP. You're gonna see The Last Guy. The Last Guy was another quirky Japan Studio title that shows what you get if you do a top-down action game with Google Maps. Okay, so it's kind of like the OG GTA game. And TXK, veteran programmer Jeff Minter for the PS Vita, Wild Gamers back in 1994 with the Atari Jaguar game Tempest 2000, snazzy 64-bit reboot of the 1981 arcade Tempest. 20 years later, he rebooted the game with TXK, a downloadable Vita exclusive that many believe was one of the finest shooters on handheld. Huh, nice. Okay, so those are some of them. Have any of you ever played any of these games?
Infamous.
Oh,
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about Infamous Festival of Blood?
I was, I don't remember too much because I was a young boy back in the day. But that was a pretty solid game, and that was a really solid game.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame, but even then, is not everything is lost. That's something I could say of the article is kind of misleading. At the end of the day, you can just get hack your PlayStation and jailbreak it, and just get a ROM from the internet, and that's it. It's not totally lost.
Yeah. Kane, any of these that you happen to ever play?
No. I think the only PSP games I really played was the Little Big Planet port for the PSP and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. That's all I really remember playing on the PSP.
Let's see, Ram King. You mentioned you had a PS Vita, but you didn't really play anything on it.
Yeah, I didn't really play anything on it, but another point I want to make, I put put in the chat just a little while ago. This also is going to hurt, game preservation a lot because Sony and really all these other companies, well, kind of besides Microsoft, they do a pretty decent job at it. These games are going to be lost pretty much forever, and Sony doesn't want to fix that by, adding OG games into the PlayStation library or anything like that. It's going to hurt game preservation a lot, really.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Because, a lot of those games might not be worth remembering at all. Even though the people behind the games, they obviously worked hard to make those games. It doesn't always work out. But then there's probably a lot of really good games that are going to virtually become extremely difficult to get. And I guess for those that were lucky enough to get their hands on these games, somewhere down the road, they're going to probably be worth something. So there'll be some value to them down the road, not just from a gamer point of view, but also from a financial, because of the rarity of the games that will be disappearing soon by the summer from the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, as well as the PSP stores. So that does suck. So, but if you happen to have a PS3 or Vita or PSP, and there's any games on there you've been wanting to download and put on your Vita, PS3, and PSP, you may want to do it as soon as possible. And that's another issue that I think is unfortunate when it comes to the way they set up the PS3 compared to the PS4, is the fact that there's so many games that players have asked for from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 that you can only play on PlayStation Now. One of them I can think of off the top of my head is obviously Red Dead Redemption 1. And so many people that are my friends, like Kane, Red, Fat, etc., or UG Outlaw, they have a PlayStation 4, can only play Red Dead Redemption through PlayStation Now, and PlayStation Now is terrible.
Yeah, it's a scam pretty much. I mean, unless they were to like release a remaster of RDR1, which I don't think is gonna happen, to be honest. I mean,
It could.
like I hope so. I hope they do, but it's at the moment it's really unlikely. Like the problem is, if someone wanted to play, let's say, I know there's still physical copies out there of Red Dead Redemption 1, but let's say, I don't know, they want to get it digitally, or they want to get another game digitally. Like that window is closed now, pretty much. And I mean, PS Now, if you wanted to play those games through PS Now, it is so laggy. It's so like rubbish. Like I only played 2 games on there once, and that was Red Dead Redemption 1 because I wanted to see how it ran, and I also played, I don't know why, but I played Lego Star Wars just because, well, that is the most amazing way the Star Wars stories have ever been told. The best way the Star Wars stories have been told, just through Lego. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem. I mean, I feel like Sony, instead of, like, I know they're going to close the stores, but what they should also do is at least add in backwards compatibility, because they've done it with the PS5 with PS4 games.
Yeah.
Why don't they let us, get out a PS3 disc and just put that into, the PS4 or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably rambling at this point. Sorry if I am.
Well, I
rambling.
think most people that have a PlayStation 4 that had PlayStation 3 games that they loved playing, that wish that they were backward compatible, will agree with you. And it's unfortunate that Sony never figured out how to make that work, whereas Microsoft not only made it work, but it actually works rather well. Like the Xbox 360 games, they forward compatible to Xbox One, as well as some of the OG Xbox games too, including Red Dead Redemption 1, which looks amazing on Xbox One X. So yeah, it sucks. And like PlayStation Now is horrible. Like even if you have really, really good internet, it's just garbage. And it's so weird because, like, on one hand, you can go to the PlayStation Store and you can purchase PlayStation 2 games, like the 3D GTAs, Bully, as well as Red Dead Revolver, and they run just fine on the PlayStation 4. From PS2 to PS4, but PS3, I guess it's the way it was built, has made it extremely problematic for it to be, actually made, backwards compatible when it comes to its games, but. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that is something that they've resolved. I mean, so far I've noticed that the most of the games I'm playing right now on PS5, which include like Red Dead Online and GTA Online, they seem to run rather fine, being forwards compatible from PS4 to PS5. So I guess Sony has learned from that lesson. It's just unfortunate that they didn't seem to understand that when they were building the PS3 and how different it was from the PS2, and it seems like they kind of reversed course when they brought out the PS4. So, Red, do you have any additional thoughts about that?
Well, for me, it's basically like the main architecture of the PS3 is kind of like completely different to the PS4. And that actually makes, like, backwards compatibility on the PS4 and the PS3 quite difficult. I miss playing my Gran Turismo 5, my Gran Turismo 6 are on PS3 only, but again, I just don't know the ROM and that's it. But but that also shows that Sony, I see the bad and the bad and the good on everything, and like this basically shows how this behavior of Sony turning into Apple, that they don't give a shit about anything. No. They can get any sort of backlash, and it's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like you can see that on Apple in terms of marketing. Like I love the hardware, like basically the whole Mac architecture behind it and all this stuff, but they don't give a fuck. Like they will charge you, and even then, if they charge you $8,000 for a PC, then they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's the same on Sony's. Like they don't give a shit. And even what Rankin said is a shame, because they even then that people spoke out. And it was a pretty heated topic.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, and it's something we did. Sorry, bye. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of a lack of respect.
Yeah.
In that thing.
Yeah. Let me catch it with chat real quick. Serum King says it's also, Yeah, we talked about the conservation and preservation of games. Ruben, change the file valve. Cheap. Really don't need tools. Okay, Ruben. Fashion says Infamous was pretty awesome. ToykoTent, PSP was ahead of its time. I agree. I mean, I loved the PSP. I thought it was awesome. Brian, what'd you miss? Not much. We're just talking about the future of like some of these PlayStation games. They're going to disappear forever. Fat says, did someone say PlayStation Now? I played Red Dead. Yeah, you did play Red Dead Redemption 1 on it. And it does not look good on PlayStation Now. And obviously I did some videos about that a while back. Even if, like Ram King says, even if you have like really good Wi-Fi or like, in my case, like a hard line, it's still terrible. Untouchable Raider says Red Dead Redemption 1 on PlayStation Now looks like a PlayStation 2 game. That would be a compliment when it comes to PlayStation Now. Untouchable Raider. Dark Matter Wolf says just thought about Minecraft on Xbox Series X. Oh boy, I don't like Minecraft. I don't know. Kane's into the Minecrafts. So Kane, do you ever think that they're gonna actually like do like? There was rumors like wasn't there gonna be like a Minecraft 2? And they were like,
I think that was just a meme. I think that was just honestly a meme or something that not like Mojang made or something. Yeah. I haven't really played Minecraft in a while, but I know, I mean, there's a lot of good like texture packs on PC, especially to make the game like look really beautiful.
That's true. That's true.
Like I've seen I can't remember which it was, but I saw one texture pack for Minecraft on PC where it literally makes the game look like bloody GTA 5 in terms of its graphics, or like better yet, like RDR2 in terms of like how beautiful the world would look.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is a good game.
Yeah.
For those that are wondering. I mean, it's a basic premise. You build stuff and you survive pretty much, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
I like the premise.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games you have to get past how it looks graphically. And I've watched Kane play it a few times with some of his friends and others as well. And it definitely offers a lot for somebody to do in that world. And that does really amaze me, like all the things that can be done in Minecraft. But yeah, the graphic part, at first you just really have to get past that. But the fun factor obviously far outweighs the way the game looks graphically. But,
yeah. And like I said, I mean, if you do play Minecraft on PC and you just don't like how the game looks, you can always just get a texture pack to make the game look a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Let's see, Sinister step it up PlayStation. I think they have. I think Sony has with the way the PS5 is, because not only do you have cross-generational play, because I can play with Kane and Red. They still have their PS4s. And I can play with them just fine on Red Dead Online as well as GT Online and other games too, as long as we have the same games. So that part they did right. And there's, like I mentioned, there's games that a lot of games are already forward compatible from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. So I think Sony has learned from that mistake. They realized how well received it was over at Microsoft with Xbox having so many backward compatible games, because people like to carry their library over from one console to the next, especially in the digital age where discs are going the way of the dodo, and they spent money on these games and they still want to be able to occasionally play them, even if it's just sitting there in their library, but they still want to be able to play them in the future, whether it's on the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 6, etc. So I feel like Sony has learned that lesson. And they've also, in my opinion, I think they've also improved the controller. Like, I feel like this is, once you get used to it, like once Kane and Red and others get a PS5, it takes a little getting used to this controller, but I think this controller is far better than a PS4 controller. So that's just my thoughts about that. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Y'all just have to play it yourself and find out one way or the other. See, Brian says, could Rockstar talk to Sony and make Red Dead Redemption 1 back? Well, that's the problem, Brian. That's the issue that Red was just talking about. The way the hardware, the way the PS3 was built, makes it virtually impossible for the PlayStation 3 games, like Red Dead Redemption 1 on PlayStation 3, to be like backwards compatible. So the best hope we have, even though Kane doubts it's going to happen, I still have some faith, Kane. Faith.
Wait, what faith?
I have faith that we're going to get a remake of Red Dead Redemption 1 one day.
I hope so, but I mean, I don't know. The problem is each time, like, when it comes to that, like, idea, that dream, that ice cream, you know, it's like, the problem is like, sometimes the hope, you know, it gets higher, and then sometimes it just goes zoom, like, crashing down. That's the problem. Personally, I'd love it to, you know, relive the story of John Marston from RDR1 on the RDR2 engine.
Yeah.
But I guess we'd have to wait and see.
Red, your thoughts?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's wait and see. Like, as much I hate remasters, not remakes. Okay. Yeah. Like, is because I had the fucking Hot Pursuit remaster and compared to original, well, it plays like dog shit. So I just hope like one day like that is like all this like the build up architecture, the PS3 gets kind of better. Or, like if it gets developed, we keeps investigating and develop and all that. You can port all these digital games to the new console. That would be fantastic. But well, it's as you said, it's just wait and see.
Exactly.
About the remake of Red Dead Redemption 1, yeah, I highly doubt it because it's fucking Take-Two and Rockstar at the end of the day.
Faith, Red. You have to have faith. Ram King. Okay, what's your thoughts before we move on?
Well, I kind of agree with Red. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, if it is gonna happen, it's not gonna happen for a pretty long time because, you know, Rockstar and Take-Two, they don't want to do crap and they just want to keep milking freaking GTA 5.
None of you have faith.
Well, GB, that faith is quickly gonna erode when years go by.
Wow.
I have to say, I mean, it isn't. Sorry if I'm interrupting you, Ram King, but it isn't out of the realm of
you go, King.
Like, it isn't out of the realm of possibility for them to do such a remaster because they did it for like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yeah, but those are like really.
You know.
It was like not really that big of a remaster, though. I mean, yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it was okay, but.
Yeah, but I'm just saying those as like a quote unquote example. You know, like they have done remasters before, so you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know personally. Hopefully they do. I don't know if they will, but gotta wait and see.
All right. Ram King, you have the floor again.
Sorry.
Yeah, and it's a shame that, you know, they couldn't get the thing to be, you know, forwards compatible with the PS4, backwards compatible, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I never have played Red Dead Redemption 1, and I wanted to, but Sony just has this crappy PlayStation Now service that you're paying, like, money for. Yeah, you're paying money for it.
It's not even worth the free
really
trial.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's awful. Like, my cousin tried it. It's horrible. He has really good internet, and he couldn't even get the, like, Red Dead Redemption 1 to boot up because it kept saying, oh, your internet connection's not sufficient enough. Like, are you kidding me? It's awful.
It is. It sucks. I mean, I canceled it as soon as I was done. I did, let's see, a couple of games. I did Red Dead Redemption. I did Saints Row, and it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. Let's see, chat. Sinister says, you gotta have faith. See, at least somebody has faith with me. Let's see, Fad says, Minecraft 2 sounds as stupid as Fortnite 2. Well, I don't know. I think there's games now that they're just going to continue to update and update and update. Like, look at World of Warcraft. Look how old that is, and they keep updating it. Let's see, Brian says, I'll wait for the PS5 Slim. Yeah, a lot of people are probably going to wait for the Slim or PS5 Pro to come out eventually, so that's probably realistic of you to do so, Brian. Jesse says, imagine Vice City Remake 2022. Well, I mean, that is the rumor, which may or may not be true, that the next GTA 6, if we ever get a GTA 6, will hopefully be back in Vice City, or maybe different, maybe mini locations, right? Vice City, Southern San Andreas and Liberty City, etc. You never know. Liquid Steel says the thing is, if they remaster Red Dead, doesn't that push GTA 6 back another 40 years? Well, I mean, here's the thing. Rockstar is a huge company. Huge. I mean, they have several development studios. I know most of you are aware of this. The biggest one is obviously in Scotland, Rockstar North. Then they have another one in San Diego, California. And then they have some smaller ones. And they've got tons of employees. So they could have employees working on different projects. Like, for example, a project working on GTA Online content. Another team working on Red Dead Online content. Another team working on GTA 6. Another team working on GTA Milked Edition. And so there's always possible there's a team working on a remake to Red Dead Redemption 1. But only time will tell. Faith. Paradise says, gotta have faith. Exact. Oh, now you're doing a Zack Snyder Justice League quote. I see what you did there, Paradise Gamer. Let's see, Untouchable Raiders, Sam Hauser, Mark Davis. Yeah, I mean, the problem is, there are people that have left Rockstar Games, like Dan Hauser, like Leslie Benzies, and even I think Laszlo's gone now, and a few others. And it's the same problem with BioWare, is that after a while, after so many people have left, then you really have to ask the question, is it even the same company anymore as when it started? Because, I mean, I used to love BioWare, the KOTOR games and some of their other, projects they did. But look at Anthem. And a lot of people just feel like that BioWare is just BioWare in name only. And some people say the same thing about Blizzard, that Blizzard has become Blizzard in name only. And here's another issue. What if it's getting to the point now where Rockstar is just Rockstar in name only? So, yeah. That's possible, But anyways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you later, Jesse. Anyway, so let's move on to the next topic. Oh, damn it. Stop doing that. My bad. Okay, so anyways, let's see. Hikari posted this. Summer Game Fests 2020. 2021. Stop living in 2020, GB. Why would you want to live in such a horrible place? Okay. So anyways. Alright. So what games? I have to be notified what, like, I really should have looked over this first. I thought I was gonna have like some games that they were gonna talk about having. Let's see, ToykoTent, well, gotta get back to work. Great stream as always. Well, thank you very much for being here today, ToykoTent. Good to see you. I'm gonna see you later, Jesse. And Memes, hello Memes. How you doing today? Okay, so anyways, I want to sign up. Is there a sign up section? I don't even know what the fuck am I. Kari, what is this, Kari? Damn it, Kari. This is what I get for not looking at this before I started. Because I assumed this was going to be one of these things where Summer Game Fest, there's going to be a list of things and activities and games. I'm canceled for assuming. I see. Oh yeah, Kari. I meant to read this part. It could be a waste of time, but hopefully there's at least a couple cool new games revealed at this event. Okay, so he thinks that maybe Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake or some other stuff. Okay, so I guess June 2021 Summer Game Fest will be happening. Okay, so anyways, rather big oof on my part.
My man got baited.
I did get baited, admittedly. Microwave Rockstar sucks. They've really lost touch with the community. Microwave, a lot of people, unfortunately, probably agree that, like we were talking about a moment ago, and I guess that's the topic that you guys can discuss for a moment, like your thoughts about like where Rockstar is right now and what direction do y'all think it's heading, the infection of Take-Two, and do you think there's any way it could turn around? I will be right back, but I'll let you guys have the floor. So feel free, and Kane go first, and Red chime in, then Ram King chime in. I'll be right back. If you're enjoying the GB Cast, be sure and leave a like.
I don't know. Anyone else? How does anyone else feel about Rockstar?
Rockstar? It's a lost cause for me.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I know. If Rufus is seeing this, don't hate me, but That's how I feel.
Alright. For me, personally, I mean, Audio 2 was okay, but I think the story, I mean, looking back on it now, like, after playing it after so long, after actually, you know, playing it a lot, seeing other people's opinions and views on the game, I feel like, yeah, that game is really overrated in terms of how quote-unquote good the story is. Like, people make it out to be basically the best story ever written, and if you say it isn't, you're literally wrong. Like, it's ridiculous, you know, and, like, I don't know. I mean, RDR 2 is alright. Red Dead Online, enough said about that, the better.
Yeah.
GTA Online in 2020, I mean, that's literally just a cesspool at this point. Like,
Agree.
all sorts of players. Like, I only play it really just to goof around now. I mean, the only quote-unquote motivation I have to really play the game is to continue doing the first-person heist challenge that I'm doing with my friend Radicane, Fox, and Mesa. But, like, I have no real motivation or desires to play GTA Online at the moment. Red Dead Online maybe to help friends that are just starting off, like Mike, for example. But other than that, like, I don't really play that much Rockstar games anymore. Like, honestly, I think after GTA 5, I think it was like, yeah, that was the point where things just went downhill, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yep.
I was like, I wasn't really that old when GTA 5 came out, and I knew something, there was like a storm brewing or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, at this point, there's gonna be a generation that will be grown with GTA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Welcome back, GB, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Yeah.
Oh no, my cat followed me. I'm scared. I've been followed.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, I hate to say it, as much as I love the games that Rockstar has made over, since even before they were Rockstar games, with the original top-down GTA. I just feel like with so many other development studios, eventually, people come and go. Naturally, they leave, and eventually, after so many people, especially people that do the hard work within the company, and those at the top guiding the company one way or the direction. But at the end of the day, I do fear that a lot of people that were vital to Rockstar games, like Leslie Benzies and others that are no longer there, I think it's probably caused long-term harm to the brand of Rockstar games. And so far, yeah, they're surviving off of the last game that Leslie Benzies helped make, which was obviously GTA 5. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't really think Leslie Benzies had anything to do with that. But still, I mean...
I think he might have helped out a little bit in the early development phase, but yeah, I think once he left Rockstar or was fired from Rockstar, I don't know what happened with him. I think that whole situation involving Rockstar and Leslie Benz is just a massive mess in general.
Yeah.
But I think he probably did help out a little bit, but was never really credited from like the credits for RDR2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. Let's see. Mesto's here. What's up, Mesto? Untouchable Raider says, Hangar 13 is the development studio behind the Mafia franchise right now. Mafia 3 as well as Mafia Definitive Edition, in case you were wondering. Microwave says, I thought the story in the original Red Dead Redemption was written better. I think they both were written fine, but they're different, Microwave, but I think they both fit together rather well. Let's see, Mesto, well, if you need my help, just DM me on Instagram like you usually do, and I'll get to your DMs in a little bit. Ben says, I do think Rockstar have gone downhill. They definitely aren't the best studio, like some people are saying. Yeah, they have gone downhill. I agree. Microwave says, if anyone else like Red or Ram King has a thought, feel free and chime in.
Alright. Yeah, I do have to agree with like everything Keen and Red said about them.
Yeah.
It's just they have gone downhill. Rockstar, they make great games, but they haven't been, what they used to been a little lately.
Yeah.
Ever since GTA 5 was made, and they've been milking that and all that stuff. They haven't been the same, really.
No. That's true.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said earlier, for me, I enjoyed RDR too, but looking back on it now, like I think it's definitely really overhyped and overrated when it comes to people's views on it, because people they talk about the RDR2 story like it's some masterpiece. It's literally a gift from God himself, right? Like the problem is, in my opinion, and this is me being honest, right? The story is okay, but if you take RDR1 out the equation, it's great, absolutely fantastic. Put RDR1 in there, and it's like, for me at least, and this is how I personally feel, it's like, fucking hell, what the hell happened here?
Yeah.
Like that's just how I feel. I understand there are some voice actors that have a different philosophy to to see it as just one whole big continuous story.
Yeah.
But personally, to me, I just can't, because some of the characters, like I said, I'm not going to go too spoilery.
Now, you know what?
Of RDR.
You know what? Spoilers, I think spoilers are fine. We can talk
All right.
spoilers because the game is, what, nearly 3 years old. And if you haven't
right.
played through the game yet, then turn away now, come back in 5-10 minutes. So there you go.
All right. There's your spoiler warning, guys.
Yep.
Well, for me, there's one thing that really bothers me, and for once, I'm not going to rant about Sadie. I know people would want me to, but she's another story for another day, at least in my opinion. But it's kind of like Arthur's involvement in the story. Like, if you remember when the game was first announced, GB, I think you, me, Riley, and Epix had this theory about how, like, at the end of the game, Jack would meet, like, an old man, Arthur Morgan, or maybe Arthur would be the first person that John would have to go after, you know? Obviously, we already know what ended up happening, really. Micah was the first original gang member he went after.
Yeah.
And ended up killing. He killed him, obviously, in his own free will. Everyone else, well, he did it for the government.
Yeah, he did it because Edgar Ross, basically coerced him to do it.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I gotta be honest. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like a lot of the motivations for most of the characters in RDR2 as well. At some points, it feels forced, for me at least. Like, some of Arthur's motivations, they feel very forced. Some of, like, the other characters as well. And it felt like, at least for me, they were trying their hardest to rush, like, to get the main plot lines of RDR1 thrown into RDR2 as quick as they can,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an okay game. It's a good game. I respect people that like the story. I really do.
Yeah.
But for me, I just didn't like the execution. I mean, this is me going back playing it numerous times. Originally, I used to think the story was like the best thing they'd ever made. Like, I thought it was better than GTA 4 at one point.
Yeah.
But now looking back at it now, I'm like, so that yeah, I was a bit of an idiot then thinking that.
No. Red, your thoughts?
That's my opinion.
Well, concerning of Red Dead Redemption 2 versus 1, well, it's, for me, like, it's very much like the same philosophy of the old Rockstar games. Have like really handcrafted story and all that I personally like a lot. In terms of what I like the most, I probably just gonna put them on equal in an equal stance. They are really good in their own ways, and sure, like my own issues is more technical than the whole story. Like, the whole story is a perfect cover up for the shitty shooting and the other stuff. I still have my issues with the aiming, just going like if you were drunk. Like, that's my main issue. But it's basically technical. But in terms of story, yeah, it's decent. It's just decent.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'll be back.
Ram King.
I'm gonna eat my lunch.
No worries. Your thoughts, Ram King?
Yeah, I can also agree with King as well, or Kane as well, because looking back at the story, it was a good story, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much like a typical story. Gang members running around trying to evade the law and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, on paper, it sounds like a generic story, but when you go through it, it's a really good story.
Yeah.
And it's not about what the whole basic, idea of what the whole story really is about. It's more of like what's in between it all.
Mm-hmm.
The things you can do, things that you can have fun with, the side missions you can do, all that stuff. Kind of for me I kind of really thought that can be really, but I'm not sure if I should say, like, I kind of want to make sense, but basically in general, the story was fine. It just wasn't the best, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to go a little bit philosophical right there, but no, I'm not gonna do that.
Let me catch up with chat real quick. All right, so Ben says, I do think Rockstar has gone downhill. They definitely aren't the best studio, like some people are saying. At least that's your opinion. And everyone here has a right to their opinion, by the way. I always say that, even if I disagree with you, that's totally fine. As long as we're civil to each other, that's what matters to me. And at the end of the day, we simply agree to disagree in that case. Microwave says Red Dead Redemption 2 was the more immersive of the gameplay that captured our attention rather than the story. The story was good, but had some issues with certain plot points. Yeah, I agree with that. Hikari says Dan Houser is no longer involved. That's true. I mean, yeah, Dan Houser wrote the story. He was the lead writer of the main story of Red Dead Redemption 2 and previous Rockstar games, and he's no longer there. Let's see. Dr. Anarchy says Leslie Benzies. Yeah. Are we ever going to find out what Everywhere is all about? Are they ever going to officially announce that and do a trailer? Who knows? I know he's been working on that game for quite a while. I hope it turns out really, really good and it's worth the wait. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right. So, Dan Houser. Well, he retired. No, he retired last year, Mesto, in 2020. Sam Houser's nickname is the Gambler. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. All right. Okay, Mesto, please don't add that in the... I said DM me about that. Dude, just DM me about that. All right. Anyways. Ben says a lot of people thought Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay was the weakest part of the game. Microwave says also something that bothers me to this day is that they never fixed John Marston's epilogue model. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people were... I know that's something some people laugh about. They're like, oh, why do you complain about that? Because, like, it doesn't, like, there are similarities, okay? There are similarities between the way John Marston looks. But it's not 100%. And I do think that they being Rockstar, could have gone back and made some improvements to the look of John Marston in the epilogue, especially for those of us that are John Marston fans. Yeah. I said send me a DM. So just do that. Please don't put that here during my live streams. Thank you. But anyways, to me, Red Dead Redemption 2 is flawless. Love the story. I wouldn't say it's. Look, I absolutely enjoyed playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I did. I love playing it. Eventually, I'll play through it a third time. I think it has a great story. I think it has great characters. But I do see some of the arguments that people are making about it in hindsight after all these years. Let's see. Ram King says, well, I mean, really is everything between the story brings the game to life. Yeah, everything combined, like the gameplay, the world, the 5 states that you venture across, and the characters you interact with, they make the game absolutely amazing. They do. But I feel like overall, the story of Red Dead Redemption 1, which is obviously a lot, I guess you could say tighter, because it's a 20-hour game compared to a 60-hour game, it's obviously not as bloated as the story of Red Dead Redemption 2. So I think that's one thing that makes it, as a story, better, because it has a lot less, quote-unquote, fat to it. No, I wasn't talking about Fat Chinese Gaming. But see, speaking of fat, he says, I think Rockstar is good at story mode games, terrible at online games. Yeah, 50-50. Sometimes they're good, sometimes, yeah. Maybe that's just me being generous. Ben says I would argue that every story can sounds shitty or generic on paper, but when you actually play it from your own opinion, for better, Red Dead Redemption 2 does have its problems. Of course it does. Of course it does. And everyone's going to have their opinion. If Dr. Anarchy thinks it's flawless, then Dr. Anarchy has a right to that opinion. But I will argue that there are some things, looking back at Red Dead Redemption 2, that I disagreed with. And, that's a story decision by Dan Houser and the writers of Red Dead Redemption 2 at the time. And the reality is, it is a 60-hour game going up against a 20-hour game. And so there is going to be stuff added to Red Dead Redemption 2's story that makes the game feel more bloated than it had to be. And there's also a simplistic thing that y'all were talking about. The premise is the Vanderlyn gang is on the run, and they keep running, and they keep running, and they keep running. And along the way, they cause more chaos and destruction and death, from Blackwater all the way to Valentine, to Rhodes, to Saint Denis, all the way up to Roanoke Ridge. So I actually have an interesting idea for a video that, for a video that I was wanting to make, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't know if I'm going to ever make it. So you have a friend who loves Red Dead Redemption story, but you also have a friend that hates it. Yeah, I mean, there's people that are either going to love it or hate it. And Cyberpunk, Mesto, yeah. I mean, Cyberpunk, I don't know. I mean, I think it was a very ambitious idea by CD Projekt Red, but it still needs a lot of work, a lot more patches before it's fully functional. And, the problem is I feel like it might be too little too late. But anyways, anything else you guys wish to bring up?
Yeah, I guess, going back to RDR2, the main reason, the main charm for me about RDR1 was that it wasn't as, too crazy. It wasn't, trying to force all this stuff down your throat, saying, oh yeah, this happened, that happened, It did the old, phrase, the old phrase, show but don't tell?
Yeah.
It had that philosophy, and I like that. Sometimes, when you're not told about something, it makes you wonder what's happened, and it goes back to one problem I kind of have with RDR2, and this isn't really RDR2's fault. It's kind of like the event that's mentioned in the game, and how a lot of people are like, oh, but we need to see it, we need to see it immediately, right this second. And that's the Blackwater Massacre. Yeah. I think part of the reason why I think it's such a great event, well, not really a great event because it was a massacre in the game, but it's great story-wise, right, is because we don't actually get to see what happens. And it gives you that mysterious illusion about what could have happened. You don't know what went down, and it makes that part of the story more interesting. Yeah. The problem I have is that a lot of people want to see that event actually happen. They want to have a DLC dedicated to showing the event. And the problem, in my opinion, is that will take away the mysterious aura around the whole event, And I think, the writers, Dan Houser, Sam Houser, I think they intentionally made sure that we didn't see what happened to give us, the ideas about, oh, how did this happen? How did that happen? And that's what makes it more interesting and more exciting, because you don't know what happens, and it gives you, the brain box, kind of little endeavors. You get to wonder about how it happened.
Exactly.
Who was involved with what?
Yeah, I think the problem is if they were to ever do a Blackwater DLC, hypothetically, I think that the majority of people would probably, unfortunately, would find it disappointing, because it would never live up to what their vision was regarding what happened during the Blackwater Massacre. So some things, like Kane said, are just better left to the imagination, to speculation. Mysteries are always something that it's interesting when it comes to story. So I think it's for the best that we just take what information we do have about the Blackwater Massacre from Red Dead Redemption 1 and from Red Dead Redemption 2, and you use that for you to use your imagination to kind of imagine how you think the Blackwater Massacre went down. But anyways, I think that's going to be probably it for today, because I got the plumber coming. They've got to fix an issue. Hopefully they'll resolve that in a short order. But Kane, before we go, feel free and plug your channel. By the way, Kane's channel, Red's channel, Ram King's channel, I'll have them linked below in the description section at the conclusion of the stream when it becomes a video. So, what you got going on, Kane?
Well, I'm planning on possibly streaming soon. Not today or tomorrow, but soon.
Cool.
I'll be, as you remember earlier on the stream, I had the idea about how long would, how many stores, how much time would it take to rob all, to make 100K from
Yeah, I
robbing
saw
stores
that.
and
You mentioned that.
I'm thinking of actually unironically doing a stream just doing that.
I think it'll take you a quick minute.
Yeah, well, someone's got to do it, and I think I'll be that someone.
Yeah, well, I think Dr. Anarchy had a good idea. Like, if after you rob all the stores, then jump lobbies, and I guess it would maybe refresh the stores, so it might make your experience a little faster. So it's something worth considering.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
Anyways, Red, what do you got going on over on your channel? Oh yeah, Red. Oh yeah, I forgot Red went to go eat. Sorry.
Oh.
So anyways, so Red, you still here?
Yes.
Sorry, Red. I apologize. What do you have happening over on your channel?
Me, basically, yeah, we have No Man's Sky.
Nice.
Also we play, Red. Well, I think I'm gonna go back to Red Dead. I don't know. I need to, clash my demons with that game. One day it's gonna peak, okay?
Yeah.
But GTA, I don't know. It's because the community is kind of let down me a little bit of playing that game.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. Maybe also some of the crew, racing games. That's like things I kind of like. That's pretty much it.
Nice. So yeah, you like No Man's Sky or Red Dead Online or GTA Online or just racing games in general? Be sure and check out Red's channel. And by the way, Red, congrats on 160 subscribers. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice.
And finally, Ram King, what you got going on over on your channel?
Well, I stream Red Dead. I stream a bunch of different games as well. I do Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey, Subnautica. I'll plan to do other games in the future, but it's mostly just Red Dead content. I'm probably gonna stream maybe today, since I couldn't do it yesterday, to make up for that. Plus, I feel like it. So, and I also, well, if I can't stream today, I'm gonna probably put out a video about, doing the story missions. I'm gonna try to, see if I can find some people to do videos with. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sounds fun. All right. So if y'all get a chance, be sure and check out Ram King, Kane, and Red's channels. They make great content. They do good streaming. And thank you guys for joining me for the GB Cast today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday, hopefully. And I hope you all have a great week.
You too, GB.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're gonna call it a day. Yeah, I got the plumber coming. He's got to fix the toilet. Real life stuff always happening. We always got real life nonsense occurring and whatnot. But I hope you all have had a great Monday. And I guess the next installment of the GB Cast will hopefully be Wednesday. Wednesdays, that is the plan going forward. We'll see how that transpires. But I think I like the way we did it today, where we actually had some of my friends, fellow content creators and streamers pop in to voice their thoughts about this. So I think that's going to be a regular thing going forward. Whenever they're available, like whenever Kane's available, or Red, or Yuji, or Ram King, or others that just want to come in and sit in on the GB Cast. It's totally cool with me, because it's always nice to hear other people's opinions about these topics we happen to discuss. Sorry there wasn't really much else going on today. It's kind of a slow day, but it is a Monday. Maybe there'll be some more interesting stuff happening by Wednesday. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Before we go, I just want to say thank you to Ram King, along with Kane, Brian, along with Microwave, and Dr. Anarchy, Mesto, Ben, Fat Chinese Gaming, Dr. Anarchy, I think I mentioned Dr. Anarchy, Microwave, I'm hoping, Microwave, that we get the Milked Edition information sooner or later. You think they would put that out there by now, but so far, nada. Hikari, thanks for being here, Hikari, along with Ben and Dark MatterWolf, Fashion, Extreme Memes, and ToykoTent. He was here. Untouchable Raider was here. Liquid Steel was here. Sinister RC was here. Jesse Alvarez was here. Who else was here today? Let's see. Raleigh stopped by earlier. Ruben was here. My cat's here, obviously. Rasper was here. And let's see, Agent 47 was here. And let's see, who did I miss? Paradise Gamer was also here. And Captain Nat Arnold was here. Thanks for the sub, Arnold, by the way. And who else was here today? Okay, Space Monkey was also here. Ticket was here. Ticket, I will accept your friend request on PlayStation. Sorry about that. Beckers was also here. So good to see Beckers. And UG Outlaw was also here earlier. And I think that's everybody that I mentioned. Dan was also here. And both my cats are in here now. Great. Luke was also here. So thanks for being here, Luke. Along with, everyone that stopped by today. So I'd appreciate y'all being here. And like I said, hopefully the next installment of the GBcast will be Wednesday. Tomorrow, a Red Dead Online Event Week Newswire video. I just hope that the Event Week tomorrow is actually decent. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. If you enjoy the GBcast, be sure to leave a like and have a great week. And as always, till Wednesday's installment of the GBcast, as always, from the bottom of my heart, from me to each and every one of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, mods, friends, members, as always,